Now at 6, a victim speaks out. What she's saying about the local priest accused of abusing her. And tonight, at least 5 dead as Florence pounds the Carolinas, and powerful images are being shared online. How Houstonians can help. Plus, fact versus fiction. The best ways to stop those pesky mosquito bites. The news starts now.
Tracking the rain, Galveston slammed with flooding in what's become the wettest September since 1913.
It seems hard to conceive that that is even possible, and we're only halfway through the month of September. David Paul's watching the radar tonight. David?
I mean, it is amazing when you think about the rain totals down there. I'll show them to you in a second, but rain looks like it is tapering down as we head through the next hours and 24 hours, as what's coming off the Gulf of Mexico is beginning to be focused a little bit further down the coast toward Corpus and Brownsville. Houston, after a very wet morning and the flash flooding in Galveston this morning, we're getting a break. Now, there are still some scatter showers in the Gulf. There will be some rain showers from time to time tonight and tomorrow, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a repeat of this morning's deluge. How much rain has fallen since the beginning of September over the past 14 days? Almost 26 inches in Jamaica Beach. Galveston, 16.5 inches. That is the most rain they've had in the month of September, any September, like a full month, since 1913. So yeah, it's been wet. A closer look at the weekend forecast and an update on Florence coming up in a couple of minutes.
See you in a bit. Thanks, Dave. And here's a look at video from flooding in Galveston. The water quickly rose past people's ankles.
Luckily, they are catching a break this afternoon. Matt Doherty live on the seawall. How are things looking there, Matt?
Well, it's looking like a nice day at the beach now, and you know, these images coming out of the East Coast are much different than the flooding that we saw here today. However, it was still a troublesome day for a lot of people out here. Some of them chose to roll the dice, driving out on those flooded roads, and a few of them paid the price with stalled cars. At one business on Broadway, the ladies who worked there were held hostage by the surrounding water. A few inches of water got inside the building, nearly as much as during Hurricane Harvey. The ladies marked the water line each time the building floods. Harvey at the bottom and Hurricane Ike is up much higher. But most upsetting to Galveston residents are the drivers making wakes in the water. Some of the ones we saw today may not have known they were doing it, but others we saw clearly did.
That mindset is just, I can't grasp at all. I mean, we are so proud of our properties here, and we're 150 years old. So we have a lot of, people don't understand, that old brick gets wet, it takes forever for it to dry.
Now, some of those wakes pushed water into a few of the businesses on the Strand. By about 1 o'clock, the rain was really starting to slow down and was draining from the Strand pretty quickly. And as you can see back out here live, it's a nice evening at the beach. But like David Paul said, the wettest September they've seen on Galveston Island in more than a century. Pretty crazy.
That is crazy. That is the right way to put it, Matt, but it looks fantastic now. Let's check the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Florence still slamming the East Coast.
It has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but threatens the area with powerful winds and catastrophic flooding. The storm is responsible for the deaths of 5 people, including a mother and baby who died when a tree fell on their Wilmington home. We just learned President Trump plans to visit areas impacted by the storm sometime next week. Our hearts also go out to a local TV station, WCTI, who had to evacuate due to rising floodwater.
Florence has a lot of similarities, David says, to Harvey and Ike, and many of you are asking how to help. SBP, that's a nonprofit already on the ground in the Carolinas. They tell us Good Samaritans often donate supplies not needed, and sometimes charities don't have the space to store. Both SBP and the local Better Business Bureau say you'll help victims more quickly if you donate money.
So we work closely with Home Depot, so we get great discounts through them. And then we also just have some awesome partnerships, corporate partnerships across the country. And so they're a huge help with getting us the materials and the tools that we need.
The Better Business Bureau saying make sure anyone you donate to has a long history of helping after disasters and has people on the ground. Coming up, David Paul watching Florence, and right now you can see conditions up and down the coast. These are live cameras on our website, KHOU.com.
Well, for the first time tonight, we're hearing from the woman who is accusing a local priest of abusing her as a teen. Our Jessica Borg is live in Conroe with this victim's reaction to the arrest she has waited on for years. Jess.
Mia, 2 alleged victims came forward separately after seeing recent news coverage of the church scandal in Pennsylvania. I spoke with one of them by phone tonight. She tells me she is not yet ready to do an on-camera interview or be identified. For the purposes of our report, she's going by the name Ann.
The only thing that I want, that I need to have for him, is just not be able to be around children.
Father Manuel La Rosa Lopez bonded out of jail yesterday. He's been charged with sexually abusing 2 parishioners, a male and female, when they were teenagers at Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Conroe. Ann, now 33, said she first reported the abuse back in 2001. Her family moved out of the country soon after that. In 2010, she says she again reported the past abuse to high-ranking leaders in the archdiocese.
I was told he wouldn't be around children anymore, that he would be removed from parish ministry, that he had been, and I mean, obviously that isn't true, and I feel very betrayed.
Ann says she recently confirmed that La Rosa Lopez was currently a priest at St. John the Fisher Church in Richmond. She says that fact, along with now knowing there are no statute of limitations in Montgomery County to take legal action against him, is what prompted her to file a police report.
I blamed myself for a very long time, and when I became a mother, I realized that I was a child, and if this happened to my child, what wouldn't I do to make sure that this was stopped?
She and a male accuser say the abuse took place from the early 1990s to the early 2000s. The Galveston-Houston Archdiocese says La Rosa Lopez has denied the allegations against him in both cases. The male accuser, now 36, reported the abuse last month. In a statement, church officials said they contacted Children's Protective Services to investigate Ann's accusations when they were reported to them years ago, and that after an internal review, the priest was allowed to return to parish ministry.
Hopefully justice will be served and they'll get to the bottom of what really happened.
Councilman Jody Tchaikovsky says he and his family are active members of Sacred Heart in Conroe, and that no one currently in leadership was there at the time La Rosa Lopez was. For Ann, she wants to see broader changes in how the Catholic Church responds to sex abuse allegations.
I want to see that the church protects the people that it claims it wants to, because they're not doing a good job of that.
Members of the organization SNAP are urging anyone with similar allegations against La Rosa Lopez to come forward. We are live tonight in Conroe. Jessica Borg, KHOU 11 News.
Quite a story, Jessica, thank you. On the run and wanted by police who say this man killed a 16-year-old girl. His name is Urban Vargas. He's charged with murder, but police do not know where he is. They say he shot and killed the girl outside an apartment complex in North Houston on Casa Grande and Imperial Valley. Tonight, a Fort Worth police officer fighting for his life after being shot overnight. Investigators say Officer Garrett Hall was shot in the head when he confronted 3 suspects accused of robbing a bar. A fellow officer fired back, killing the gunman. At last check tonight, Officer Hall in critical condition. Caught on camera, the man police say burglarized 3 luxury Sugarland Town Square condos. He's accused of prying the doors open, rifling through the condos, and taking off. You see him there with a large bag of stuff. Officers have clear images of him from doorbell cameras. They still need your help tracking him down.
Also in Sugarland, someone has tested positive for the West Nile virus. The last time mosquitoes tested positive in the area was August 10th. But as a precaution, the city will increase spraying for mosquitoes twice per week. The city of Seabrook is also spraying. Crews will be out nightly between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. The city is also warning people to remember it takes 10 days following heavy rain for mosquito larvae to develop into mosquitoes. So expect another crop of mosquitoes after this week's rain.
Hey there, I'm Melissa Correa. The mosquitoes are so bad right now, you may be willing to try anything, but are some of the hacks you see online a huge waste of time, or are they the best idea ever? Stick with us. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Can't wait to hear that. Also, protecting your animals, how you can sign up to get them spayed and neutered for free.
A flash of lightning lights up the night sky, but how far away was it? That flash of light from the lightning travels to your eye almost instantly, but the sound the thunder makes takes time. It takes 5 seconds for that sound to travel 1 mile to your ear. When you see the flash of light, start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That flash of lightning was 1 mile away. Keeping you weather smart. KHOU stands for Houston.
KHOU 11, winner of 5 Lone Star Sports Emmy Awards.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead.
You don't have to put
Now hiring.
any malarkey. Call 713-9-SPARKY.
May 16th is National Barbecue Day. And y'all, barbecue's not just bigger here, it's better here. But AARP in Houston thinks today should be your day. So go explore your neighborhood. We're working with you to build better communities for everyone. And get active at a gardening or dance class. We're here in our community helping you make the most of it. So wipe off that barbecue sauce and take on today and every day with AARP in Houston.
Here in Houston, we innovate, we create, we care, and we work together, especially when we have problems to solve. I'm Lizzie Fletcher, and I'm proud to have worked with Houston businesses and the people who power them, from the oil fields to the Med Center to the Ship Channel, to keep us moving forward. Congress can learn a lot from us. Democrats and Republicans need to work together. I approve this message because we need a little more Houston in Washington, D.C.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead.
You don't have to put
Now hiring.
any malarkey. Call 713-9-SPARKY.
See live weather conditions wherever you are with WeatherBug, only on KHOU 11.
If you or a loved one are 55 or older and worked around asbestos before 1982, you may qualify for compensation.
My husband was exposed to asbestos on the job, and we never knew it. We called about the free asbestos health test. My husband was tested, and he qualified for cash compensation.
This is not a lawsuit against the company you worked for. Schedule your free asbestos health test today. Call 855-579-5299.
One of the biggest talkers of the week, mosquitoes.
They are everywhere, and at this point, you are probably willing to try just about anything.
Yeah, but you wonder if all those repellents you read about online, do they really work? Mel, tell us about it.
Well, Len and Mia, listen. Is Beyonce onto something? From fans to boosting your vitamins, we are sitting down with a doctor talking about all those random mosquito repellent hacks you see online. Fans. They make us feel cool, look cool, and they keep mosquitoes away?
Can I say this?
Dr. Christy Murray,
Kind of between here and here.
a mosquito expert for the Baylor College of Medicine.
So if you have a certain amount of wind speed, you could help get mosquitoes from being able to fly into your area and be able to bite you. The problem is that, are you going to have a fan that's going to cover your entire body?
Probably not. So what if you avoid drinking beer?
Those things can actually increase the amount of carbon dioxide that you breathe. And so by increasing the amount of carbon dioxide, it potentially is more of an attractant to the mosquitoes. So in a way, maybe. I wouldn't say that it's a yes or a no, but you know, it's probably good not to do that anyway.
What about oils? Does any research support things like citronella, mint, tea tree, or vanilla extract?
Oil lemon eucalyptus has been proven, hands down, to be effective.
Just be sure to cover your entire body, or, you know, you could always
take the things that we know are proven to work. So,
and by the stuff that always works, she's talking about mosquito repellent with DEET. Listen, it should be your perfume for the next few months, at least until April, when the mosquitoes die down. And Len and me, I got to tell you, there's one more hack, guys. David Paul's going to roll his eyes. I read online, which is if you're dealing with stagnant water, let's say a fountain or some sort of water feature in your home, toss in dried up old coffee grounds.
Why?
The theory is that the coffee grounds will cause the mosquito larvae to flow to the top, dry out, and again, the mosquitoes won't hack. Doctors say no proof.
Yeah, I was going to say that's just another hack. Yeah, come on.
If it works, it works.
You just wasted all your words.
I love the fan. When the wind blows, it helps. There is one thing that really does help. You guys know that below 57 degrees, mosquitoes will not bite you.
Is that happening in Houston?
But how does that work outside?
We need a cold front to knock them out. Is what we need.
So keep that in mind when it gets that chilly.
I don't have any of those cold fronts on the way right now, but I do.
November, December.
It'll come. It'll come. We do have rain, but not a whole lot. Things are beginning to settle down. It's been incredibly wet. You want to talk about some puddles of water to get some mosquitoes going? How about 25, almost 26 inches of rain set September 1st at Jamaica Beach? Downtown, the Strand, almost 22 inches of rain. Galveston, better than 16 inches of rain. This is the wettest September that Galveston has had since 1913, more than 100 years, and the month is only half over. NASA, you're in here as well, almost 20 inches of rain. Baytown, more than 10. Spring, 8 inches of rain. So there's plenty of breeding ground for mosquitoes out there. Dump out any standing water you can. That also can help. We're going to get some more scattered showers, but it appears the heaviest rain is going to now turn its focus to Palacios, to Corpus, to Brownsville. That's closer to our little quasi-low that we tracked all week. That's now moved inland. We're still seeing some showers out here in the Gulf of Mexico, but this doesn't look too big and bad. Nothing that's going to repeat all the street flooding that we had earlier today in Galveston. And I think as we look at the rainfall forecast for the weekend, things look very optimistic. Maybe a ½ inch of rain around Houston, Galveston, maybe 1.5 inches to 3 inches Corpus to San Antonio. They get the heavier rain in south central Texas. We can handle another 1/4 to a ½ inch of rain, no problem. So here's what to expect. A few overnight showers are possible. There will be some scattered showers, especially in the warmth of the afternoon on Saturday, but it's hit or miss. And then we begin to really dry out Sunday with rain chances dropping down to 20%. Okay, Florence, now a tropical storm, and now a gigantic rain and flooding threat. So this is the Harvey part of Florence. It's moving so slow, like Harvey, it may dump 30, 40, 50-inch rain totals before it's all done. And like Ike, this was a Cat 4 at one time, weakening down to a Cat 2. In fact, it made landfall as a Cat 1, 7:30 this morning right near Wilmington. And the surge and the onshore flow has been incredible, and now it's an inland rain and flood threat, and that continues for the next 3 or 4 days as those onshore winds around that counterclockwise circulation continue to bring in basically the Atlantic Ocean. These are rain totals in addition to the 10 to 20 they've already had. 10 to 20 Fayetteville to Wilmington. That's where the worst of the flooding will be with rainfall, southeast North Carolina. We are still watching Isaac. Isaac here in the Caribbean Sea is a tropical storm now, minimal tropical storm. It will continue to move west. Hurricane Center weakens it to a depression, but after Monday, it's too early to tell if it will threaten the Gulf of Mexico. It's something we all need to watch together, online, social, here on TV. We will keep you posted and covered, and we'll track this together. 89 tomorrow, 50% chance for scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, and then look at rain chances dropping to 20% on Sunday, 20% on Monday. That will hold for the rest of the work week. Good. We finally get a chance to dry out starting on Sunday, gang.
We'll take it.
It is Texans Friday, and these tiny fans are ready for game day. The babies in the NICU at Texas Children's Hospital, the Woodlands, are wrapped up in new handmade blankets to cheer on the home team. The Texans play the Titans in Sunday in Nashville.
Let's talk baseball. The Stros taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks at the Juice Box tonight.
Our Matt Musel is there at Minute Maid Park. How's it going, Matty?
Hey, it's going well, Mia and Len. As you say, the Astros set to open up their final regular season homestand of 2018 as they host the Diamondbacks. Boy, these guys have been playing good baseball. They lead the division by 3.5 games coming into tonight's action. Of course, they won 5 of 6 on their last road trip. Overall, they've won 10 of their last 11. And like me, some of the Astros can hardly believe that this is the start of the final regular season homestand of 2018.
This season's flown by. I feel like we were just in spring training. I feel like we were just playing the World Series, honestly. It's flown by.
Yeah, and like you get into September and you say, gosh, it's all September. We've been going at it a long time. And then on the flip side, like, man, I can't believe it's already September. So probably depends on how you're feeling, how your year's going, what all's at stake. But there's tons of baseball to be played.
I think AJ is definitely right about that. All right, let's turn to football. Today, the Texans went through their final on-the-field preparations for the game up in Nashville on Sunday versus the Titans. Now, one guy that won't be on the field Sunday he's on the practice squad. He's number 86, Jesper Weah, an undrafted free agent from Pitt. And recently, his uncle George Weah made news again. He's the president of Liberia. This week, he became the first president to ever play in an international soccer match for his country when Liberia played Nigeria. At age 51, he's a former star with Manchester City and AC Milan, but Weah incredibly played 79 minutes of that match.
Based like the star in the family and whatnot. He's doing big things. You know, right now he's the president of the country, Liberia, and it just can't be proud enough for him.
How does he inspire you?
I mean, he's known all across the world as a soccer legend. Just going off of that, it inspired me to be the best I can be every day. Showing up to practice, just trying to improve each day.
By the way, Weah's cousin, the president of Liberia's son, also has played for the U.S. national team this year. Hey, here's a shout-out, a birthday shout-out to the birthday boy. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson turned 23 today. Texans fans are hoping he'll celebrate this weekend beating the Titans. Last year against Tennessee, Deshaun threw 4 touchdown passes and ran for another. Len and me, if he does that again, I think that'll be a great way to celebrate that 23rd birthday up in Nashville.
It sure will be. Man, it's hard to or easy to forget that he's only 23 years old.
Yeah, I was like 23.
Yeah. Man. All right. Thanks, Maddie. We'll be right back, folks.
It's finally here. The Ross Fall Fashion Event has the brands you want. No. Yes. At oh yes prices. Like that handbag for wait, how much? Or that cute jacket that says, check me out, at a price that makes you say, check this out. That's yes for less. Find your new fall look at the Ross Fall Fashion Event. Ross has the trends you want and the brands you love. And it feels even better when you find them for less. Get to the Ross Fall Fashion Event. Yes for less.
Ulysses, his sister Molly, Henry, who's 7. I want to be there with them, but more importantly, I want to anticipate the question that they're going to ask me in the years to come. When everything that mattered to us was on the line, where were you? Let's meet the pettiness, the bigotry, the anxiety that dominates so much of national life today with a courage, a strength, a big heart that could only be born of Texas.
I'm Beto O'Rourke, and I approve this message.
He was passionate about his barbecue sauce. People would coax and bribe, but even his wife didn't know what was in it. After 68 years of keeping it a secret, his final wish was to share his recipe. Now his spicy legacy will live on. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityhouston.com.
Brought to you by Metro. Drive less, do more.
Elections are coming up.
Hey, Audrey, who's our congressman?
Your congressman is John Culberson.
Culberson.
Well, Audrey, how's he on health care?
John Culberson voted to make health care more expensive in Houston.
You gotta be kidding me.
Texas insurers are now raising rates.
Well, that's not good.
Hey, Audrey, is that all?
He voted to allow insurance companies to discriminate against people with pre-existing conditions.
Okay, I've heard enough.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Premiere week on Wheel.
Go Cadets. Go Majors.
And these teachers are ready to flex their muscles.
I work out, got some guns here.
Look out, Wheel, here she comes.
Tonight at 6:30 on KHOU 11.
Welcome back. Bark offering free vouchers for people to get their pets spayed and neutered. You can sign up for a voucher tomorrow at the Baker Ripley Community Center that's on South Street from 8 to 9:30 in the morning. Now, they are asking you not to bring your pets to the event. It's to pick up the voucher, and you must live within Houston city limits in order to qualify.
An extra week of magic. The Texas Renaissance Festival will now take place over 9 weeks.
And today, the King and Queen paid Mayor Turner a visit. Watch this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much.
The unicorn on the front for all the magic that is Houston.
Of all the things you'd see in City Hall chambers, right? The mayor was also knighted as a part of the celebration. This year's Renfest kicks off September 29th and lasts through November 25th.
Don't be fooled. He liked that. Another check of the weather next.
Floors for living, the flooring experts.
Now is the time to get great savings on every floor in our store during the Carpet and Flooring Savings Event. Save on carpet, wood, tile, and laminate. Take up to 4 years to pay it off with no interest. That's 4 years free financing. Save even more. Let us do the work with free furniture moving, free carpet removal, and free carpet installation. Only for a short time and only at Floors for Living. The flooring experts, so you don't have to be.
Floors for living, the flooring experts.
Lizzie Fletcher defended a company who spilled 140,000 gallons of crude along the coast, and she made hundreds of thousands of dollars. She supported Nancy Pelosi, who is bankrolling Lizzie's campaign. Lizzie Fletcher supports Obamacare, amnesty for illegal immigrants, and raising our taxes. Lion Lizzie Fletcher says she's looking out for you, but she's always just been in it for herself. NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
As a physician, the bulk of what I do is deliver babies. The experience is minimized by the fact that I'm hiding my teeth. Instead of covering with my hand, I will put the mask on. My smile was no longer there.
When Richard came in for his consultation, he didn't want to smile. He was embarrassed.
At Clear Choice, we want patients to absolutely walk out of here saying, this was the best decision I've ever made.
He reassured me very professionally, this can be done. Clear Choice is the future. Between the technology of being able to 3D map out my bone structures and then to custom make the implants and put it in knowing that it can stay there for the duration of my life. Why would I want to have dentures? When it was all done, I had my miracle.
And that's what he wanted to give back. He wanted to be able to smile.
I'm glad I get to smile again. It changed my life.
"51 inches. You hear biblical flood, but until you see it for yourself, you just can't imagine. And then you're left to pick up the pieces. John Culberson was there when Houston families needed him most. Literally, he has done every single thing that I've asked, and we're very, very blessed and grateful in that. And I can tell you my neighbors feel the same way. Congressman Culberson is fighting for all of us.
I'm John Culberson, and I approve this message.
All right, still looking at plenty of rain on the radar, but what's happening is a lot of it's moving into South Texas. Houston's still getting a few scattered showers, but it's not too big and bad.
All right, we're holding on.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the Great American Rug Cleaning Company.
We have so many young families at Woodlands Church, and they're all learning together how to build their family on a solid foundation.
One of the best decisions you can ever make for your kids is to have them in church on the weekends. They need a grounding place, a place where they can learn how to get along with others. All the life skills are contained in the Bible.
Your kids will love it. So check our website for service times and come join us at Woodlands Church.
Here in Houston, we innovate, we create, we care, and we work together, especially when we have problems to solve. I'm Lizzie Fletcher, and I'm proud to have worked with Houston businesses and the people who power them, from the oil fields to the Med Center to the Ship Channel, to keep us moving forward. Congress can learn a lot from us. Democrats and Republicans need to work together. I approve this message because we need a little more Houston in Washington, D.C.